Alright, so for the Law of the Normal deck with the new ban list, it doesn't really change it much. Basically what does change it though is Galaxy Serpent and Pot of Duplicity. So anyways, with the Law of the Normal, you have 2 Galaxy Serpents. It's the only level 2 monster you'll be running, the rest are level 1. Oppress People, triple Bulinia, triple Flame Veil Guard, and triple DD Trainer. 2 Fitting Rooms, triple Triangle Power, triple cards of, is that consonants? I don't know. Triple Law of the Normal, double Tri-Right, 1 Pot of Duplicity, triple Reload, triple Hand Destruction, triple Heart of the Underdog, and double League of Uniform Nomenclature. And for the side deck, we have 1 Cadister. Is his name Cadister? Ally of Justice. Underworld Fighter, Balamung, Armory Arm, double Mistbird, 1 Formula Synchron, Myria the Giant Star, Baby Trigon, Gold Rat, Galaxy Queen, and double Synth Magician. Now, for the extra deck, you probably just want more synchros because the only card you'll actually be going for, oh, I haven't updated that yet. There's one other XYZ monster that's pretty good. I forget what its name is though. XYZ, level 1, and this card right here, number 63, Shajomuji Soldier. That card's not that great. This one is okay, because it lets you draw a card, basically, and it only requires 2 level 1 monsters. Also, Lionheart's okay, but this deck isn't about going for Synchros or XYZs. It's about activating Triangle Power, and then Law of the Normal afterwards. So, if all possible, you want to, if you do go for Synchro Summons, you want to go for stuff that you know will get destroyed. Synth Magician, or Slacker Magician, has too much survivability, so you don't want to go for her often. While Formula Synchron, on the other hand, is destroyed easily and lets you draw a card. So this guy, and maybe this guy too, since he also lets you draw a card, well, you'll go for the most since you want to just draw cards off your Synchro Summons and not actually keep the monsters out, because this deck's all about swarming. So for the normal monsters, you want to run at least 15. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 5 times 3, 15. You want to run 15 because of the chances of using Enchanted Fitting Room. If you run 12, I've played this deck so many times that whenever I run 12 normal monsters, Enchanting Fitting Room will, more than half the time won't summon any monsters, because you pick up 4 from the top of your deck and special summon all normal monsters. And whenever I ran 12, there were many chances when I would use an Enchanted Fitting Room and I wouldn't get a single special summon off of it. While with running 15, your chances are way higher, because 15 is about 25% of your deck. And I don't think I've ever used an Enchanted Fitting Room when I had 15 normal monsters where I didn't get at least 1 summon off. And if you don't run Enchanted Fitting Room, you can run 12 normal monsters, because you don't want to run as many normal monsters as possible because, well, actually in this form of the deck you do. Usually because normal monsters are dead draws, but not in this deck. Because of card of, I don't know how to say it, card of consonants. This card, you can use it on Galaxy Serpent and Flame Veil Guard. What you do is you discard it to the graveyard and you draw 2 cards. This card is great, and you have 2 targets for it now. The only bad thing about Galaxy Serpent is he's not affected by Triangle Power. But if you have 1 or 2 of these out in the field, you can still get the OTK off. If you use Triangle Power on all these guys, well, on like 3 of these guys, and you'll hit 2 of these, it'll still equal over 8,000. But if you have 3 Galaxy Serpents out when you pull off the combo with Triangle Power and Law of the Normal, you won't be able to do 8,000 points of damage in 1 attack, so that's the only bad side about it. Otherwise, you should be fine. You only need, if you have 1 out, that's fine, but in the ideal situation, you want to have only level 1 monsters out to pop Triangle Power, and then Law of the Normal to go for the OTK. Law of the Normal can be activated with Galaxy Serpent since he is level 2, and Law of the Normal works on level 2 or lower, while Triangle Power only works on level 1. There is another card called like 1000 Energy or something where it increases the attack of all level 2 normal monsters by 1000 points. But level 1s are better because they have really high defense. There's also Charcoal Inpachi, who's a level 1, who has the highest defense of all of them, 2100. And the only reason I sit him out is because he's a fire type, along with Flame Velguard. You need Flame Velguard because of cards of, well, this thing. And you also need Galaxy Serpents, because these two cards can activate Law of the Normal that you're able to run 3 of them in the first place. And Pot of Duplicity, you need to have different types of monsters. Now, Galaxy Serpent's Light, Press People's Water, Belina's Earth, Flame Velguard's Fire, and DD Trainer's Dark. They all are different types. If Charcoal Inpachi was in, I would have two fire types. So I would have 6 cards, which would be dead targets for Pot of Duplicity. And I could probably take it out since I only run 1 anyway, but you could easily add in another one, but I don't really know what else to switch it out for. Besides Enchanted Fitting Room swarming, you also have Tri-White, which shouldn't be too bad of swarms, since you'll be bringing them out with, send them to the grave with hand destruction and cards of whatever it's called. So Tri-White will be used easier because of this. League of Uniform. Well, the 3 cards that let you swarm out normal monsters in a Law of the Normal OTK are League of Uniform, Tri-White, and Enchanted Fitting Room. These are the 3 best cards for swarming, so you want to have them all in your deck. But since this deck's all about drawing out cards to pull off the OTK faster, I only run 2 of them, because even with 2 you can still swarm pretty well. Now, Reload and Hand Destruction work with Heart of the Underdog. Because the thing with Heart of the Underdog is during your draw phase, if you draw a normal type monster, you can draw another card. So the reason you use Reload is because it's quick play. So if you draw a card and you don't have a normal monster, you can use Reload during the draw phase to reload your hand and draw the same number of cards. And if you happen to draw any normal type monster during that draw phase, you get to draw a card with Heart of the Underdog. But if you draw 2 or 3 of them with Reload, you only do get to draw 1. And multiple Heart of the Underdog's effects do stack. So if you have 3 of them out on the field and you draw 1, you can draw 3 cards with this. So Heart of the Underdog is great for drawing out monsters. Same thing with Hand Destruction. It lets you draw cards during your draw phase. That's why you have 3 Hand Destructions and 3 Reload. Hand Destruction also works with getting normal monsters in the graveyard to use the Tri-White or Pot of Duplicity. The entire deck just revolves around working with itself. The only cards that don't really work in this deck are the 2 cards that you need to pull off the combo. If there was any other way to win with this deck besides using Triangle Power and Law of the Normal, I would, because that would actually make the deck really fast with Heart of the Underdog, Reload, and Card Destruction, and cards. Plus, all of these have really high defense. Plus, you go for Synchro Summons a lot since, level 2 tuner, level 1 tuner. Go for this guy, which is an amazing effect. Reduce one monster's attack to 0 and negate its effect. And of course, Formula Synchron, which you can reload with Pot of Duplicity. In fact, adding in a second one just to use this guy's effect twice or 3 times if you have 2 of them is probably worth adding that other one just for that. But I can't really think of a card to take out, because you want to have 3 copies of each normal monster because of League's effect. Where if you have one of them out, you can special summon up to 2 of the same name, so you want to have 3 of each. So you can't take out any of those. You need 3 of these cards both, because they require, you need them in order to win with this deck. You need your triple trinity of swarm cards, Enchanted Fitting Room, Tri-White, and League. And then you have all your draw power, cards, Reload, Card Destruction, Heart of the Underdog. There's really no room. You could probably just take out some of the swarm cards if you want to add another one, or maybe a Reload or a Hand Destruction, but you can't take out your normal monsters.